wants to be a pro from a young age. So that's what I'd been going for my whole life. So I was born here, and I played most of my football here, including the last 4 years of high school, or the whole of high school I played here. But before that, I was playing in New Zealand. And when I came back here, I didn't actually expect to play professionally anymore because I'd just been cut from my team in New Zealand. So I was kind of just playing for fun. I didn't even know about the PFL. As a Filipino person born in the Philippines, I didn't know about the PFL.
Was the PFL a thing at that time?
It was a thing. What
year was this?
PFL's been a thing since, 2017, I think? And before that, it was the UFL.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I came back around 2017. I didn't know about the PFL. And so I thought that the only way to make money from this was to play in Europe or something, So at that point, I thought the dream was over. And I was just playing for fun until one of my coaches took me to Thailand to play against Thai League academies. And we watched Thai Port play in Port Stadium. And, my eyes were open because, dude, there were people climbing the stadium trying to watch the game. And if you've ever been to Port Stadium, it's like the closest to the field possible. Like you could slap someone in the head.
Yeah. Is that close?
It's that close. So it's like really like the best atmosphere.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, this is still something I could do. So ever since then, the goal was to play in T1 or somewhere here in Southeast Asia. And my first contract was with a T3 club, Bangkok FC, who are now in T2. And that was through a coach that I'd met playing against British School Phuket, which is where our good friend played. So he helped me out with a trial with actually a different T3 team. Yeah. But when I got there, this was during COVID. So I got to the airport checking in, and he texts me saying, I don't think it's a good idea for you to go because the cases are going up. And I was like, Coach, I'm at the check-in. Yeah. And he goes, okay, come and we'll figure it out later. So then I get there. I had to do like a 3-week training camp with just another coach, just me and him one-on-one until we found out what was going on with COVID. And finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to find something else. So we found a couple of clubs that were training already in other regions in Thailand. And didn't happen. And then I went to Bangkok FC. I trained 3 days and I signed. So my first contract was in Bangkok FC. I was there for a season.
How old were you at that time?
19. Yeah.
So you finished high school already?
I finished high school like 6 months before this, maybe 8 months before this.
And this is in 2020?
2020, peak of COVID. So luckily Thailand was still playing, and I'd spent the whole time in COVID in my parents' place in the province. So I wasn't like locked up in a condo. I was able to train every day on my own. Yeah. So I was lucky enough that during COVID, while the rest of people my age in the Philippines weren't playing, I was playing with a professional club in Thailand. And then towards the end of my contract, I wasn't really playing I didn't really play much anyway, but I wasn't really playing, and it'd been a year. I just turned 20, like spent my birthday on my own, and I thought my school was coming back to face-to-face, my university, so I thought it'd be time to come home. And I had an offer from Rapids, which that could be a conversation for another day. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home. But I already knew that not to put all your eggs in one basket. So I'd asked around my coaches here in the Philippines to get me another backup plan. Which is how I got into contact with Stallion. My coach Darren, who's with Went to Gig now, he sent me to Stallion for trials. And so Rapids didn't materialize, and Coach Ernie took me into his team. So that's how I ended up in the Philippines League. Coach Ernie opened the door for me in this league.
So then you went to Stallion, played for Stallion.
I went to Stallion.
And that's where me and Charles met. Is we played together for 2 years in Stallion. We were best friends off the field.
Where?
But on the field, to be honest, we never really got along that much.
He can't pass the ball to me.
I would pass you the ball, but he could never do anything when I pass him the ball.
I'm gonna play the clips for you guys.
But yeah, since then we've been cool, and now we're in different teams. But what's like probably my favorite part about playing here in the PFL is that even though, you know, everyone's on different teams, the way PFL works, everyone plays their games in one centralized stadium. So everyone ends up being really close. And there's only so many teams here. So you end up playing with everyone, playing against everyone. Once you've been here a couple years, playing here for a couple years, you know everyone at that point.
I mean, the joke is that half the leagues played for Stallion, so
pretty much. And everyone's played for Stallion at one point. So now after being a Stallion for 4 years, we just know everyone. Yeah. And it's cool. I think that's what I like, and what's special about this league is that you play against these people every weekend.
Dude, it's war. But
and on the field, you hate each other.
Yeah.
On the field, you hate, like, I hate Charles. I hate all my friends. But then after the game, everything's cool, you know? And you can go back to normal life, and you see each other everywhere. So you kind of have to be cool.
And Chris talks the most shit. Like, are we swearing on this pod?
Yeah, I don't really care.
Like, when he's playing, he talks the most. And then after the game, he's like, oh, nice game, bro. It's nice to see you, man.
It's just a different me. I don't know, man. Once I'm there, it's like, it's fun. But I think I like talking shit to my friends the most. Yeah. You know, because I kind of know what gets under their skin. Yeah. So it makes it easier to talk shit to my friends.
So I don't tell them my insecurities.
It's cool. It's a cool setup the way this league works, and since it is a centralized league, we play all our games the same place, face the same teams, and we only got about 10 teams here. So it's growing though, and I think since I joined and since you joined, it's grown much more.
Yeah, I would say like right now the league is the best since we've both been.
Did you join that league that season when it was only 6 teams, 7 teams?
In Carmona. So my first season was
the COVID season?
the Cup.
After. So that was before me then.
Right after COVID, when we were playing the Cup in Carmona, and I think there were 6 teams. Yeah. And it was like we made it to the semifinals, having not won a game. Because like we made it out of the group by drawing 2 games. Yeah. Because there were so little teams. So now you can't do that. Like, I mean, Chris's team this season has not lost. They've drawn a couple games and they're not first in the table. Yeah. So it's still a more developing league. Yeah. Compared to other leagues, but it's gotten so much better. So I play in Manila Digger. Charles plays in Aguilas. So 2 different clubs now. We're not together anymore. But 2 newer clubs. Aguilas has been around, but kind of left and came back. Yeah, it's historic, but it's in a new transition period. Yeah. Digger is brand new. 19, it started. 2018, 19. Yeah, but professionally, it's only been professional for 2 years. I remember one of the funniest things about when they played in Indonesia is one of the Indonesian fans commenting, "Are we really gonna lose to a 3-year-old team?" But we've been doing well internationally, so so that's like what I wanted to say about it. Says how far our league is going as well. Is that Digger, who 3 years ago weren't a big team in the league, are able to compete with the biggest teams in Southeast Asia, Indonesian clubs. I mean, they played Persib in a game I think they could have won. And Persib they're Indonesian champions. You think we could have won? I think you could have won that game. Persib did well. Persib made it out the group in Champions League. Yeah. So I think they're in the quarterfinal. They're the champion, right, of Indonesia? Yeah. I think Indonesia only they don't have Champions League slots because of some rules they broke before, and this was they got banned for a little bit. Yeah. But I think next year they're gonna have probably a lot of the like fan stuff too. They're probably facing sanctions. So, and did you see the Persib game recently? Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. Indonesia's crazy. Indonesia's like the Argentina of Asia, I think. It's like fans are crazy. It's like you want to play there, but then you're also like, it's so fun. I love Indonesia. Kind of scary, dude. One of the Indonesian fans, I didn't even go, but they gave me coffee. I got a lot of Indonesian followers recently. Oh, you did, huh? I'm on that Justin Pena. You're famous in Indonesia now. Tell us why you're famous in Indonesia. No. Charles is famous in Indonesia because I'm good at football, man. I'm so good at football. Oh my god. I'll put the video on the podcast. I know exactly what 7 inches looks like. You have to say stop. Okay.
I told you.
Yeah, Indonesians are crazy. They're crazy, but then once you lose to them, they're really nice. Like if you lose there, they're really nice.
Yeah.
Because Persib, after the game, they were so nice to us. I got an Indonesia jersey. Someone gave me two. I got 2 Indonesia jerseys. Then this time
you didn't lose to them. Oh, in Persib.
Persib. This time I got coffee. One of the fans gave me coffee.
And you didn't lose to
nice.
them.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Indonesians are. I love it.
Yeah.
Indonesians.
No, that's what you want. Like you want people that are obsessed.
It makes you like the country. It makes you now I have a really good image towards Indonesia because the fans are so nice.
And the atmosphere is like I've never been able to do it, but Schaffner's been there a couple times now, even with our last club in Bali. That's like the games that you dream about.
Yeah, those are cool. AFC is really fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope the Philippines eventually will get to that point.
And it was.
You know? It was.
Have you seen the UFL Cup final?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even Sarah's before.
Yeah.
Was
Bacolod.
Yeah, it was pretty big, and the games would be packed and everything.
Cebu feels like that.
If we're talking about away days. I was thinking,
bus.
Yeah, with the bus.
I just want to say that away days is why I wanted to be a pro, because like you remember like growing up in school, going on like football trips.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like I don't want this to end, and I like had a realization that if you play pro, this is like your whole life.
Yeah.
You know, you have away days, even though we have one. Just going back to our away day stories, it's like exactly like.
Yeah. What happened in Malaysia? What's our story in Malaysia? That was probably the craziest. That's probably the craziest away day story I have.
Yeah, and thankfully Schaffner was vlogging, so we can put in some clips of that. Yeah, I can put the clips.
At the time it was so annoying, and it's just like you just want to go home and you don't want to be there.
Honestly, for me at the time it was still funny.
It was, but it was really funny, and that's probably like one of the craziest.
So on the way home
we were playing 5 hours away from the airport.
I think it was more than 5 hours.
Over 5 hours away from the airport.
I think it was like 8-hour bus ride.
Something. It was an overnight bus ride. Yeah. And we just finished our game that day.
Yeah, and we went straight to the bus, back to the airport, and then our flight was maybe in
the morning.
Like 12 hours. So 8-hour bus ride, and then we have the 12 hours. So we had a few hours to spare.
But we had a comfortable bus, so we could sleep on the bus, and then that was our night's sleep.
It was a good bus. It was like exactly what you expect AFC teams have.
Yeah.
And then it broke down on the highway at like, I don't know, maybe it was like 3 a.m.
It just stopped.
Yeah.
It just stopped, and I woke up because everyone was asleep, and I woke up because all of a sudden it was getting really hot on the bus.
Because the bus was off. And then me, Schaffner, and a couple other guys hop off the bus to see what's going on, and we see them at the back like checking it out.
The bus is broken down, and this is like the middle of nowhere in Malaysia.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It's super dark. We're just off the freeway in Malaysia, somewhere random.
Yeah, and so I decided, it's like 3 a.m., so there's no cars. So I thought it'd be funny to go in the middle of the freeway. And I was like, help. And Coach Ernie, our coach, comes down from the bus.
Someone who was not messing around at the moment. He was not happy to be there. None of us were really happy to be there, to be honest, at that time at night. And we had a flight, so we still kind of had to get back on time.
Yeah, he just doesn't really mess around in general. And he was like, motherfucker, get the fuck up. And then he was like, who do you think has to talk to your parents if something happens to you? And they were just laughing at me, bro. And
yeah, it was
funny.
It was funny, but yeah, I don't know. Thankfully,
we made it.
We made it. But especially, if we all had to get off the bus and wait for another bus to get there, it would have been horrible. but those are always like the fun stories that make away days fun, that make traveling fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm also at a point. I used to really love traveling for away days. It's become, I realize also now, maybe just getting older, less energy. It's so exhausting.
Yeah.
I love traveling for it.
You've done it a lot more this year.
So after getting back from away days, you're so tired.
Yeah, now like we have games on Wednesdays and then the games on the weekend. And then you guys, like my team, and we're not even playing AFC, we had a game Sunday. Today we play Schaffner's team, and then Saturday we got to fly to Cebu. So Schaffner has to do that and then they got AFC on top of that. So I can imagine it's
a lot. It's a lot. And it gets really tight. Even if it's just like, even just a Cebu trip, it's not that far. It's an hour flight. But coming back from Cebu, I get so exhausted now. A lot of people watch my videos before coming to play here in the Philippines. Because when you look up PFL, Philippines football, whatever, some of my videos will pop up. So I get a lot of, especially foreigners that are coming here looking to play here in the Philippines. They'll either hit me up before because they've seen my videos, or when they get here, they always say, "Oh, I seen your videos. You know, when I was researching the league, you would always come up." So this podcast is like, I thought it'd be an interesting way for people to maybe hear stories and hear kind of what it's like a little bit more in depth than I can really explain in a video. And you get to hear some of the stories as well. And I don't know, I think not just for people looking to play here, but anyone that it's a very cool, interesting league, you know,
wants to play football in general.
Yeah, anyone, or just to play football,
or if you just want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, our league is not perfect for sure, but it is pretty cool. I think it's cool. I think there are a lot of cool things about it too. You know, that it's fun to talk about, and we got a lot of stories, stories of when we played together, but also stories of just our experiences here.
Yeah, it's just nice to finally get it out there. So.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to keep making it at least the rest of the season. You know, see how it goes.
Try and get guests on.
Try to get different guests and hear other people's experiences as well. Yeah, I feel like it's the easiest way to do it, because the thing with making the videos was that it would get to the process of editing the video and like getting certain shots and stuff like that. I would think about it too much.
Yeah, or this is just an organic conversation.
This is cool because I could just like we could just talk. You know?
So like, you know, there's a lot of different kinds of people in our league as well. So it gives you a lot of. We want to show these different perspectives. You know, we have people who came from American programs, Division I schools, or people that come from academies, people that came Europe, from South America.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really like, it's almost endless, to be honest.
No, and it's pretty unique. And that's what I love about playing football. I don't know if this is unique. I don't think it's unique to the Philippines, but I think because the Philippines has such a high number of foreigners, you get to play with people from literally every single continent. Yeah. And there's like I can't really think of any other group in the world or setting in the world where you can meet someone from Africa, from Europe, from Asia, from South America, from North America, right? And all be together, working together in a team, and all be friends with like crazy different backgrounds. Like the background I grew up in, where you grew up in, is so different from how, you know, a player from Africa or from Europe or from South America grew up in. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of unique to football in general, and especially here because they did increase the number of foreigners. So it's like you got all these cultures all coming together, and I think that's so sick. Like that's my favorite part. Probably about being a footballer is getting to meet people from everywhere and getting to connect with them, and like it makes you close with people that you probably never would have met before. Like
the fans, the people that are watching, there's people from different backgrounds there too. Like we have like foreigners that watch our league, which that's very interesting. So maybe we could even get fans on.
For sure.
I have one in mind, like the guy that commentates our games.
Claro?
Diego.
Oh, Diego. Yeah, Diego's so chill. Diego would be so sick to have.
Yeah, that'd be a good guest.
Diego, also Claro. Claro would be cool. All those people. But anyways, if you guys think that's cool or it's something you'd be interested in, Keep that in. If you guys think that's cool or something you'd be interested in, just follow along. We plan on doing this, and we're going to be posting stuff on social media as well. So you can follow our socials. We'll keep that in our bio or in the description.
Yeah, and let us know like what kind of stuff you would like to see as well.
Yeah, things you'd like to hear, things you'd like to know about, especially when it comes to football here in the Philippines, whether it's advice, stories, anything. That's kind of what we enjoy talking about. And it's like all things we talk about. Anyway. Anytime I see Charles, like we talk about these things anyways. And we thought there's a lot of people that would find it interesting or maybe benefit from it. So that's why we wanted to do this. But anyways, that's it from us. We'll see you soon. Peace. When I wake up, I swear y'all gotta chill. Instead of hitting my phone asking me for $100 bill.